I've been healing from bipolar and PTSD for a very long time. I got my first diagnosis when I was younger. I don't remember how old I was, but I was much younger. But my recent diagnosis came 4 years ago. I am also a recovering addict, and I have had to deal with a lot of issues with anxiety, worrying, overthinking, intrusive thoughts, stress, and not being able to control the stress hormones in my body, having a hard time managing my moods, changes in my environment causing me to have depressive and manic episodes, being super sensitive to noise and sound, just being very overwhelmed by being in public, being around other people, being able to hear other people's thoughts or to be able to get a flash of their life, but it's not something that I can control. It's only if that person is feeling an extreme emotion. It's usually anger, fear, or regret. And then I'll basically be able to either hear, it's like a hear see. I can hear see what they're experiencing. It's really trippy, like being on shrooms. I am a recovering addict. I don't use antidepressants or any type of synthetic medication because I don't want to trigger a relapse. And I also don't want to be physically addicted to a medication or reliant upon a medication. I've been through that, and I will never go through that hell again. Being addicted to anything is hell, but from speaking from my personal experience, being addicted to drugs is actual physical and literal hell. And I feel like I died and have been completely restored in the spirit and in the physical realm because I was just completely dead. And that's what synthetic drugs do to you. They kill your whole spirit. I forgot who I was. Therefore, I had no idea of my own potential. I had to be shown, someone shone a light on me when I was in my darkest place, and it woke me up, and I just went towards that light and got here. I have had a miraculous recovery, and I am years away from being healed. I don't know that anyone is ever healed. I believe that the healing journey never ends, even after we pass out of this body. It's just a constant rebuilding and restructuring, reframing, realigning. That's just my personal belief. But who knows? I might feel differently next week. My anxiety was taking over my life. I couldn't control it. I was losing my hair. I would break out. I was having digestive issues. I couldn't sleep. I was going mad. I was having a lot of manic episodes, which means that I am not sleeping for days at a time. I'm cleaning manically. I'm not able to focus. I'm having jumbled thoughts. And I felt like I was going insane. I've got 3 teenagers here that I'm raising. I cannot afford to go through something like that. So there came a day where I was so overloaded and so overwhelmed that I gave up. I gave up not trying, but I gave up being anxious because I couldn't handle it anymore. I was going to die. My anxiety translates physically and causes me physical pain. When I'm having an episode, it feels like my nerves are being shocked by lightning. So it's kind of like having seizures. And then I have asthma on top of it. So I would have asthma attacks and anxiety attacks at the same time. And this is driving, grocery shopping, at work. I've had to lock myself in the bathroom at work before because I was hyperventilating. I was having a whole anxiety attack. Couldn't stop crying. It was a lot. So I just gave up. I surrendered. I said, I can't. I gave it up. I said, I cannot take this anxiety anymore. I don't care anymore. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I'm still going to have my life. I'm still going to have my kids. Whatever economical problems or emotional problems that we end up having, we're going to work through it because I can't do this anymore. I can't even function. I can't sleep. I can't eat. It wasn't working anymore, so I just stopped giving it. Not giving a F saved my life. It's that surrender. And once I walked away from giving a F, and stopped caring, I'm not going to say my anxiety went away, but it went down significantly. Once I stopped worrying about the outcome of every little obstacle in my life, I just started to rely on God. I had to remember, it's not so much that I began to rely on God. I remembered that I could. I remembered all through my life that I'd always been protected by nature, that the universe always provided, and that God was always there, and that there was always a way out. Even if there were obstacles in front of me, there was always a way out. There were always different paths that I could take that would save the situation. I was never left with no options. My problems were always solved if I was willing to show up. That's all I ever had to do was open my eyes and step up to the plate. And dinner was always served when I was starving. I had to remember that. Anxiety, I haven't had a lot of issues with it, but see, I caution myself from thinking that I'm healed or that I won't have any more anxiety attacks or that. No, because that has happened before and I've made that mistake. I understand that I have a condition and that every day I have to work on myself, but just because I haven't had an episode doesn't mean that I'm never going to have one again. But I'm grateful that me surrendering and remembering that I'm supported by God and the universe and my ancestors, my anxiety has greatly reduced. Peace.